So I'm Liz Donnelly, and welcome to our What's Your Wet Plan workshop, or learning about managing your neighborhood lakes and ponds. This is our brand new logo. If you have any suggestions or anything about it, let us know now. We haven't finalized it. This is the first public showing of it. And if I do this right, these are our partners for today's workshop, and we're doing a similar workshop next Friday afternoon. That's really spring. And now I'm going to hand it over to Beever, who's director of the Charlotte Harbor National Estuary Program. The logo up in the upper left of this vehicle.
Well, welcome everyone. It's so fun to see you all here and going to talk about native plants and neighborhood and all sorts of great stuff. Well, I am Lisa Beever, and I'm with the Charlotte Harbor National Estuary Program. And just a little advertisement, a little bit about us. We're one of 28 national estuary programs in the nation and one of 4 in Florida. The national estuary programs are created under the Clean Water Act. So we receive federal funding, but we're really a partnership program. Our study area covers 8 basins, from the Estero Bay Basin north to Lakeland and Winter Haven, and the north part of the Peace River Basin, and up to Venice. And how many of you live in a watershed? Oh gosh, that's a trick question. We all live in a watershed. Exactly. And this is our study area in relationship to the topography, and we're kind of in a bowl. It's a real flat bowl, so that our watershed boundaries tend to move around depending on where the cloud happens to be raining at the time. And that's just one of the things we deal with living in Southwest Florida. And in relationship to our study area, the star is where we're sitting at right now. And so we're right now in the Caloosahatchee Basin. Can any of you name the basins that you live in? Estero Bay Basin or Caloosahatchee Basin? Anybody?
Caloosahatchee.
Yeah, okay, great. So this is a graphic that shows our salinity in our estuaries by month. You know, you see the months changing in the lower left. The redder the color, the more fresh the water is. We use red for fresh water because our fresh water carries the tannins, and it looks kind of tea colored when it's healthy. And so you can see in the dry season it becomes more blue, and in the wet season it becomes more red. And that flow of water into the estuary is the breath of life to the estuary. And it's that dynamic quality that makes an estuary such a special place. And it's that flow of water over the watershed. You know, having good, healthy flows at the right timing is what makes a healthy estuary. Based on Section 320 of the Clean Water Act, we all convene a management conference. Every entity has a management conference. And ours is arranged with a committee of technical people, including scientists, engineers, and planners, providing advice and recommendations, a committee of citizens and public agency outreach specialists that make up our citizen advisory committee. They give recommendations, and then a committee of resource managers. And all 3 committees give recommendations to a policy committee of elected officials and top agency heads, city councilmen, county commissioners, and top agency heads with Department of Environmental Protection and so forth. And by the time it gets to them, our recommendations are really solid because it's had a chance to be reviewed by citizens, reasonableness, and scientists to make sure that they're consistent with scientific findings and scientifically based. And, of course, there are real people behind each of these committees. And it's that partnership that makes an NEP really special. And we can all put our heads together and come up with the best decision-making. And, in fact, all of you are eligible to be nominated for the Citizen Advisory Committee if you are interested in participating with us in a more full way. We meet about once every quarter and receive presentations of the latest scientific findings and get you tied in with tours and so forth. Every NEP adopts a comprehensive conservation management plan, and of course this is a federal thing called a CCMP instead of plan, but every NEP has a CCMP, And ours was adopted in 2000, and we've updated it a couple times since then, so we keep it really fresh and the latest information is folded into it. And we have 4 issues that we look at primarily. Hydrology, that is the flow of water across the landscape and the timing of that. Water quality, fish and wildlife habitat, and stewardship. And what you're doing here is part of stewardship. We have a lot of different, 64 different actions that we focus our efforts on, including implementing projects to improve water quality. And this is a picture of a stormwater pond, and it's managed really well. And of course, the community here uses their stormwater pond as a big amenity in their neighborhoods. In fact, they have boats on it, and it's good, clean water. And so this is what flows into Pathway Creek. And so that's just a little taste of what the National Estuary Program is and why we have such an interest in the work that you're looking at doing. So I'll change this to